Okay folks, welcome. These are GP bowls that I've trimmed the bases and I've put some drainage holes here in the base because these are going to be little small berry bowls. And I may actually add a few more holes around the side. I'm not sure whether that's enough holes and whether it should have perhaps just a few more. So I may just add that. But right now what I'm doing is I'm just adding some lugs on either side so you've got something to hold it by. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the camera down here and I'm going to show you how I attach small little lugs on the side, okay? Let's see if we can zoom in the picture here a bit and get a bit of close up for us. How about that? Looks about okay. So right, so what I've already got rolled out here some small pieces of clay that I've just rolled out on the bench. So I've got some water and a sponge handy here. So I'm just going to wet my thumb. We're going to adjoin these lugs are going to go on the lip of the bowl, or here right on the rolled rim. I'll try and work down here on my banding wheel so you can see. Okay, so we're going to take one of these lugs. I'm just going to offer it up and push it on right there on the side, you see. Alright. Having pushed it onto the side, I'm now going to just smear the clay over across onto the bowl from the soft handle and thereby make a join like that. I'm going to also just squeeze it a bit from underneath here like that. Okay, there's one, not finished yet, just put in position. What I'm going to do now is take a halfway point, and I usually do this by putting just a little mark which I can easily rub away afterwards. Again, wetting and using my fingernail to score the edge of the rolled rim there, adding a bit of water on the end of my finger. Okay. Take another one of these little rolled out sausages, and bearing in mind that halfway mark, we then offer up and push the lug onto the side of the rolled rim like that, squeezing it with some deliberate but firm pressure, pushing it onto the. Again, what we've got to do is, you can put your finger underneath like that, but then smear the soft clay of the lug across onto the rolled rim. Right, the next thing we've got to do is we've attached these two pieces of clay like that. Alright, what we now need to do is just tidying up the ends here a little bit like that. And now what I'm going to do is, with a bit of water, just wet my fingers, okay, and we're just going to go like this, using the side of my thumb as well. We're going to smooth and shape and form This is basically the equivalent of when you attach a handle to the side of a pot, you then pull it a few times off the side of the pot. Well, this is what we're doing here effectively. We're sort of achieving the same thing. Alright, so there they are. Now they're not finished yet, are they? We're going to now finish these ends off here a little bit more neatly. There's that one. I squeeze them to the side and then push like this. You could finish off these in your own way, but I mean, this is my own way that I use for finishing off these kind of things. Little small lugs on teapots and garden hanging wall vases, that kind of thing. So you want to go for a nice neat join. Okay. Right, having done that, what I do is I just push them over slightly like that. In other words, I put a bit of pressure on them, which effectively pushes the handle down a bit, because that will make it a little bit better to will feel a little bit better for picking up if both of these lugs are slightly going down like that. It will give a little bit better purchase for your fingers. Okay, so now I don't actually go over these all with a sponge. I just try and get that wet finger, get a clean, crisp look to them. And if you've marked it correctly, you should find that the lugs are opposite each other. That's visually important, isn't it? Alright, so that's that. Now I have actually done a few of these earlier. I've got them under wraps here, because what I want to do is I want to impress using one of these roller stamps. I want to impress here. It's best to wait though a little bit till they are a little harder. This is one I did a little while before. So this is now ready. So we're going to take this roller stamp and we're just going to push it into the top of the lug like that. Like that. And that's going to give us that appearance. Little berry bowl. Push down, roll it along, supporting it underneath with your finger, you see. This one's a little harder. Still impressible though. As I said, I may add just a few more. Are we in the picture? We are in the picture, that's good. These little guys you can make, you see, out of a bit of clay. Just roll it between your fingers and give a pattern. You could cut any pattern you want, can't you? Any pattern you like. I've got other ones here with all sorts of different patterns on, you see. That's that. We've still got a couple more to do. Let's quickly do those. I mean, I've got to put the lugs on, is what I mean. So score with your fingernail, with a wet fingernail. You want to create the slip, you see here, out of the clay that the pot is made of. I'm going to take the little lug. Alright, hold it up to the keyed area, like that. Let's mark up and do the other one while we're about it on the other side, dead opposite. Little mark there. Na, 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 na. Key up the area with your fingernail. That's the stuff, no extra tools. Just use what you've got. Take another one of these. Okay, now, bearing in mind that little mark I made, put it there exactly in the middle. Alright, there it is, so far. What I've got to do is I've got to give some deliberate firm pressure here. Push that on. Okay. It's easy to work off a banding wheel if you can. I'm going to take the clay here and just smudge it across, you know. Yeah. Lovely stuff, clay, isn't it? There we are. That's it. Okay, now we're going to wet our fingers, I mean. You see, just like this. Now take it and squeeze it a bit like this and get a bit of motion going here, left and right. Alright, use the side of your thumb if you like, whatever. Same on this side. This is to smooth it. Give it a clean look. Tuck in the ends. Right. Now I want to just finish off a little bit more neatly now, this part just on the side there. You just need the right amount of moisture on your fingers to do this. You don't want it too wet, and you don't want it too dry. That's something you have to get to know. You get to know that with experience. Initially you won't know. And it's impossible for anyone to know immediately, but you just got to, it's from experience and touch and feel, registering in your brain. That's how these things... Now don't take the sponge to this, okay, because we want to have a nice fresh clean look to it as much as we can. Alright, having attached the handles or the lugs, what we want to do is just lightly bend them down a bit. Alright, you can just check that from the side as well. Same on the other side. Just depress the edges a touch. That's going to make them a bit more user-friendly to use in the hand. Yeah. And that's it. Please visit my website, simonleachpottery.com. And follow along it with our videos. Let's pull the camera back. You can see the others I've got there. Just these ones now waiting for the impressing wheel. But I'll just leave them a little while longer. Just this one fella more to do. These little lugs, if you roll them out, but you'll find that they dry out fairly quickly, so you need to maybe cover them up with a piece of plastic. Okay. Yeah. Visit my website. Stay tuned. But above all, what? What leech? Above all, yeah. Above all, keep practicing, because practice makes perfect. And you know, you learn, you can have somebody stand over you and teach you how to do something. But one of the best ways is just to go out there and do it, and you'll suddenly learn as you go. The clay will teach you. Like a friend of mine who said, when my first child was about to be born, and I was discussing with him, he said, "Don't worry, Simon, the baby will teach you." Well, don't worry, the clay will teach you. Okay, I'll finish this one off in a moment. And yeah. So we'll see you soon. Keep practicing. Bye-bye.
Dee dee dee.